Hi, Shell Point. I'm Laura Slack, Director of Resident Life, and I have the privilege of being here today with Seth Mendel. And he is going to speak in the Academy for 5 sessions, and it's going to be about the First World War, or the Great War, from 1914 to 1918. So Seth, tell us about what you're going to talk about in session 1.
Well, I'm going to talk about a variety of things, really. I kind of set the stage. That's why I call it the prologue. Who are the characters that are going to take part in this great war? And so I talk a little bit about England, and a little bit about France and Germany and Russia and so forth, kind of set the stage with a cast of characters. And then we pull the trigger. In other words, I go through the event of the assassination of Franz Joseph, the heir apparent to the Austrian throne, Franz Joseph in Sarajevo on June 28, 1914. And that's a trigger that pulls our cast of characters into this First World War. And it has the title of First World War because there really hadn't been a major European war or any kind of a war since the Napoleonic Wars in 1812.
Wow.
When Napoleon marched all the way to Moscow and then had the retreat and so forth. They called that the Century of Peace from 1812 to 1914. And so this was number 1, and of course we know number 2 followed. So we set the stage, we pull the trigger, and these nations that we talk about had aligned themselves with alliances. In other words, if he comes at me, I have you on my side, and vice versa. And so when the trigger did happen here in the Balkans, Russia immediately backed Serbia, Germany attacked Russia. This brought France in, and this brought England in, and all of a sudden we had the war. All right. That takes us really through the first lecture.
Session. Well, Seth, that sounds so exciting. So, Shell Point, if you, too, find this to be very interesting, as I did, the First World War, or the Great War, 1914 to 1918, come to the Village Church. So this is in the Village Church on Monday, October 14th, at 10 o'clock to 11:30. So we hope to see you at the Village Church to hear this fascinating session in the Academy of Lifelong Learning. So we'll see you there.